My Secret Formula for Creating Success. Yael Philosof, a little book with big ideas. My Secret Formula for Creating Success. Editing by Lynn Minnick. Thank you for choosing My Secret Formula for Creating Success. Universal laws control these tools and principles, and they are constantly working. I encourage you to take one step at a time and apply the ideas offered in this book. Small steps create a huge difference. Enjoy the process. Introductions. I woke up early in the morning, meditated with my eyes closed, and as I opened my eyes, I looked at my vision boards. This is my routine every morning. Only this time, as I viewed my vision boards, my eyes fell on some words that I wrote on my board a few weeks before. These words are firmly anchored in my daily spiritual practice. However, this day it was different. I had an epiphany, an awareness of something that until now, I had never seen before. For the first time I saw it clearly. These are the fundamental ingredients for creating success. Every time I applied this formula and strictly used all its components, I was succeeding. In times that I let doubt or fear to take place or try to cut corners in my practice, it didn't go so well, or it took more time and effort to get what I want, and sometimes it didn't work at all. This formula has worked for me for years, and I am sure it will work for you as well, as long as you do what is required. Good luck. My vision boards. In my room I dedicated a wall to my vision boards. They are completely covered with pictures and words that are an expression of my desires. A few times a year, when I feel it is a time for a new beginning, or that I want something that I do not know how to achieve, it is a sign for me that it is time to create a new vision board which will be an expression of my desire, faith, and expectancy to have it in a physical form. As I completed writing my book, Miracles Happen Even to You, I looked at one of my vision boards again, focusing on the 6 words that I have recognized as crucial in creating success. I want to share them with you, because this is the formula that must be a part of any vision and any activity that is directed to manifest success in your life. What is success? Success is a very abstract notion because every person has his own interpretation of what success means to him. One man can see graduating school as an achievement, and another man can see it as something elemental. Some people will see success always related to money and status, and other people may see success as taking one step at a time, or to live every moment to its fullest. When I am talking about success, what comes to mind first is to follow your dream. I know many people define success based on the final results they get. However, I see it on a broader spectrum. For example, one of my colleagues created an event for 150 people. The time he scheduled for this event was very good because it was during the last week of the summer vacation, and people are very busy at this time. Many people suggested to him to cancel this event because no one would come. He insisted to do it as he had planned, and 60 people came to his event instead of 150 that he had hoped for. If you look at the final result, it was a success. He planned an event for 150 people and only 60 people showed up. However, if you look at the fact that instead of making a decision based on other people's assumptions and considerations, he listened to his heart and did what he thought was best for him, you are able to see it as a big success. He didn't think about the option of failure. He didn't let fear or doubt to take control. He was willing to take the risk and to stick to his plan. So maybe he didn't earn as much as he planned from this event, but he earned something more than he would earn if he would have canceled this event, and more than money he earned exposure, an intimate meeting with his audience, and more than anything his self-esteem. He was a victim of circumstances but a creator of his experience. I do not necessarily attach success to the result of getting something, but to the willingness to do whatever it takes to follow your dream, to the willingness to not give up on yourself. Also, success, to me, is measured by the willingness to do the work that is required in order to get the results you desire. Not giving in to doubt by taking the easy way out, and your willingness to be determined to listen to your heart. Of course I want to get results, but I am aware that sometimes I will do my best and will not get my desired results. I still see it as success. First, because I did what I could in order to get what I wanted, and I am willing to learn from this experience and see why it didn't work so I can improve my actions next time. Secondly, I am sure that on the experiment to achieve my desired results, I gained some benefits, as I have mentioned before in the example I gave. Failure, for me, is to give up before you try. It is the time that we let fear, Doubts or other people considerations determine what we can or can't do. Not getting my desired outcome is not a failure but a sign that more learning and practice are required here, and an opportunity to acknowledge myself that I tried. Getting the desired outcome is a form of success but not the only form of success. Sometimes the process is not less important than reaching the destination, and taking responsibility and be willing to move through the process is the real success. My recipe for creating success in your life includes 6 words. I do not like to give recipes because I believe that instructions are not enough when we are talking about personal development. Everything in nature strives to evolve, and so do our soul, personality, and consciousness. I feel that recipes are not effective in regard to personal development because in order to embed new thoughts, behavior, perspective, and beliefs, we need more than instructions. We need a better understanding of what we want, what triggers us, and who we really are. Recipes cannot provide this knowledge. Recipes in terms of personal development limit our self-exploration and evolution because it focuses on the intellect level and not on the consciousness. More than that, giving recipes means to take your power and to prevent you from making your own choices. I put "ake" in quotation marks because the truth is that no one can take your power unless you give your power away. However, my experience has taught me that in order to create success in life, we have to include 6 fundamental ingredients in our way of being and doing, and practice them consistently on a daily basis. Some people think that success is a matter of luck or fortune, to be in the right place at the right time. Luck is always a good increment, but we cannot base our life on luck. And to be practical and be the leaders of our life, let's talk about the 6 fundamental words that we must understand and practice in creating success. Vision, trust, faith, certainty, passion, expectancy. Conclusions. Do not give your power away by looking for a recipe to manage your life. Be a leader of your life. Take responsibility. Use the 6 ingredients for success and create the life of your dream. Vision. Defining your vision is the first step in creating any kind of success. I see the vision as a map that helps us to be focused on what we want and to clearly see our final destination. Creating a vision is a powerful tool that brings what you see in your imagination into a tangible form. In other words, what you have in mind consciously or unconsciously creates your reality. A vision board is an effective way to make sure that what you have in mind is in alignment with what you want to create in your life, and to remind you to strictly hold this image regardless of what you perceive as your current reality. When I am talking about vision, I mean that you are clear with what you want even though maybe you don't know how to get it yet. It can be a big thing or a small one. It can be something that you want to be, experience, or have. What matters is that you can see it in your mind, how you can feel and sense achieving it. That is, imagine the feeling, as if you are an actor that has to learn a new character. How would I be with this car? How would I feel? How would I see myself driving in this fancy car, etc.? You believe it is attainable for you, and you are filled with a sense of gratitude because you know in your heart that whatever it is that you want is already yours. This process of visioning, believing, and thinking is an expression and frequency of great faith, confidence, and acceptance. I described before, your desired reality as the destination you want to reach. When I have a vision, it doesn't matter if I don't know how to make things happen. The only thing I have to know is my destination, and to be certain that the road will be revealed as I go. I am very careful in making discernment between will and vision. For me, ill is something that I feel the desire to achieve, and the energy that comes with it is energy of lack. I want something because I do not have it. In contrast, when I am talking about my vision, the energy that comes forth is focused on having a sort of abundance that I feel even before I see the thing that I want manifesting in a physical form. And this sense of abundance comes because I can see in my mind that I already have what I want, so it is just a matter of time until I will have it on the physical level as well. Vision for me comes with energy of certainty. There is no doubt that my vision will come true, and with this energy I believe everything is possible. A few ways to work with your vision. After we understand that vision is the map and the foundation of creating the life we desire to live, we have to use our vision as a tool in the process of reality creation. I will share with you some ways I use to apply this powerful tool, vision, in order to accelerate the process of reality creation. Use an intention statement as your compass. Every big achievement is a collection of small steps. Whether it is your big vision or your small step toward your vision, use an intention statement as your foundation, and be tuned with what you really want. An intention statement helps you to be fine-tuned with what you want, what the purpose is of every step you take. Your intention keeps you focused, and it also helps you to see clearly the big picture of your vision. The intention statement is focused on the result. It can be a result of a small step you are about to take today or the final result of your vision. Use your imagination to visualize your desired reality. It does and matter how full my day is. At least the 10 first minutes every morning I devote to visualizing my vision. It could be my big vision or my vision for this day. It does and matter. What matter is that I use my imagination to see, feel, and sense what I would like to experience. Our mind works in pictures. Therefore, when I am visualizing what I want, as if I already experience my desire, my mind doesn't know if it is true or false. He gets the impression of what I saw in mind and starts to work with the laws of the universe on manifesting it. What I see in mind leaves a powerful impression on my subconscious mind, which works for me in great synchronicity with the universe, the law of attraction directed to turn the impression he has received into a physical form. In visualizing your desired reality, you create an experience that integrates all levels of being. The physical level that responds to your imaginary experience. The mental level, the thought that generates the image of what you want. The emotional level, all the feelings that come up during the visualization as you see your desired reality in your mind. And the spiritual level that comes into expression as certainty, trust, and acceptance of your desired reality. The spiritual part is also the part that you work with as your partner in the process of co-creation, the cooperation between you and Spirit in creating your life. Spirit is your partner that knows that you did your part by declaring your intention and visualization, and that now is directed to make it happen in the most effective, shortest, and quickest way. Spirit always has the wisdom to determine the best way and the best timing to manifest your desire and to support your path of personal growth. Use a vision board or vision boards as a tangible image of your desired reality. There is no doubt that the vision board is my favorite tool. I have many vision boards on my wall. Actually, I dedicated one wall in my bedroom to be my big vision board. All my vision boards cover this wall as a wallpaper of my desires. They are an expression of my desires, faith, expectancy, trust and certainty. A vision board is a great way to stimulate your senses because it can accommodate pictures, colors, and words that are connected with your feelings. In my vision boards, I put a lot of pictures that include my desired house, people I love, the books that I'm writing, the number of clients I want to have, people I want to meet, places I want to visit, paragraph of an inspiring lyric, etc. Sometimes when I want to enhance my relationship with someone specific or I want to feel his/her spirit close to me, I put on my board an email from him/her, a picture or note I received from him/her to focus on the power of myself, him, and our connection. I also have an expression of God on my vision boards as a reminder of the source of who I am and all the qualities I have as a reflection of God. It reminds me of the blessings that surround me. In addition, I write a lot of declarations of what I want as if I already have it and words of gratitude. It is important to write everything in the present because in this way I claim that it is already mine. Otherwise, if I write it as something in my future, it means that I do not have it. In this way I acknowledge the lack of it and will continue to attract the absence of what I want instead of what I truly want. My vision boards are very colorful and alive. Even though I do not read every word on my vision board on a daily basis, and sometimes I barely look at them, I feel the energy of them that accommodates my desires, faith, enthusiasm, confidence, and certainty around me. I also see my vision boards as a kind of willingness to release control. It is a sort of declaration that I did my part and now I know Spirit will do hers. It is a call to God and the universe to work with me on manifesting my desired reality and a statement that I'm ready to receive. A vision board is also a great way to be focused on what I want, to be connected to, in alignment with and focused on my strength and inner power and to maintain faith and good feelings that keep me in high frequency. Write down the details of your vision. I love to involve or maybe to integrate various senses in the process of reality creation, because I believe that it makes our experience more powerful. And as powerful as our experience is, our frequency level will be accordingly. When our state of being is in high frequency, we attract more things that are in alignment with our frequency to our life, which means that we attract more desirable things, situations naturally, with no effort. When our frequency is low, we attract things, situations accordingly as well. In this case, most of the things we attract are undesirable to us and represent what we do not want to be, to have and to experience in our life. By creating a vision board, I trained my mind to see the whole story of what I want, in symbols. For example, if I put a picture with someone I love on my vision board, the pictures symbolize the good and loving relationship this person and I have. Sometimes it can be a word, like forgiveness, that I want to live by. When I see this word on my vision board, it reminds me the value of easily forgiving myself, other people, and situations. It also reminds me that unforgiveness makes me feel stuck or wounded because my focus is on the external world instead of being focused on my inner strength. In writing down my vision, I have the opportunity to see the whole story of my vision with details. For example, part of my vision is to have a new house. I would put on my vision board a picture of the house I imagine as my ideal house, and in my journal I write down more details, like how many rooms I have in my house, how will I decorate it, where my beautiful house is located, what I will take with me from my current house, what will I buy after moving, etc. The important thing as I am describing my vision is to write it in the present as if I already have it. In this way I claim what I want, knowing that it is already mine on the energetic level, and I am ready to accept it on the physical level as well. If I am writing it in uter, it means that I don't have it. From this state of mind of not having, I am feeling lack, and as we know, like attracts like, so lack attracts more lack. For example, I am so happy to move to my new and beautiful house. I can see myself organizing my bedroom as a very warm and comfortable place. I'm seeing my new vision boards covering the wall in my room. I am seeing my new linen stretched on the bed. I have a huge white closet and I can smell the fresh painting of the walls. I can go on and on describing the pictures I want to put on the walls, the lamp I want to have on the bedside table, etc. In writing my vision, I do not pay attention to how things will come to me, but I am only focused on my desired reality. I see it as I already own it. I claim it and I feel it as mine. I also devote part of my written vision to gratitude. I thank God, the creator of the universe, for having my dream come true, completely trusting that it is coming true. It is a great practice to read your written vision on a daily basis. Create a recorder of your vision. I recorded my vision and put it on my MP4. It is a great thing. I trained my mind to create a picture of my vision as I listen to the recorder 5 to 10 times a day, before I go to sleep. I also take the recorder with me when I am on my way to somewhere, so I can use the time to work with my vision, because I know that the subconscious mind receives impressions and translates them into physical form. I am strictly careful to give my subconscious mind impressions that are in alignment with what I desire to have in my life. I use all these techniques in order to create a powerful impression in my subconscious mind. This is a process of co-creation with spirit. I do my part and spirit responds accordingly. A letter of gratitude. In one of the stories in my book Miracles Happen Even to You, I shared about my letter of gratitude. My letter of gratitude is one of the most powerful tools I use in my reality creation. Gratitude contains so many things within. When I feel grateful for something I have, it basically means that I appreciate what I have. I see it as valuable and I am happy to have it. In contrast, to feel gratitude for something I don't have yet means that I have to have a lot of faith, I have to trust, and I am dedicated to believe that it does and matter how my current experience looks like. I know that I will have what I want. It is challenging to believe to something that is contrary to what appears as reality, but it is imperative in order to create your desired reality. Gratitude is an action of claiming what I want as if it is already mine. It is like putting a cornerstone of creating reality. Gratitude contains the passion, certainty, and expectancy of fulfillment. It is a statement of readiness and acceptance, and the universe responds to the statement. When I am in a frequency of gratitude, it does and matter to me how things will happen and when they will happen. I just know that it will happen in the right divine time. I am completely and totally in trust. My letter of gratitude is a collection of statements of thanksgiving. Some of the statements are an expression of gratitude for what I already have, and some of them for what I don't have yet, but I pretend that I have them as well. It is not because I am living in Wonderland, but because I know that you and I were designed to create our reality. And seeing what I desire as I already have it is a tool of creating desired reality, and gratitude transforms the rational statement into an emotional experience, and our emotional experience accelerates the process of reality creation. Therefore it is crucial for us to put in enthusiasm, passion, positive thinking, etc., and to remove any sense of doubt, fear, and or negative emotion. For instance, I am so happy and grateful for my new wonderful car. I am so happy and grateful for my new beautiful house. I am so happy and grateful for my good feelings about I am so happy and grateful for my new 5 ideal clients, who are anxious to change their lives and chose me to support them, etc. Conclusions. In order to create what you desire, you have to focus on it and to not let other things or people to distract you from your goal. Look at your vision as your destination. Use various techniques to train your mind to live your vision and to transform your spiritual, mental, and emotional experience into a physical and tangible form. Trust. I chose trust as the second component of creating success because it is the foundation of recognizing yourself as a spiritual being that lives in a physical form. In order to be determined in achieving your vision and to gain success, you have to develop a huge dose of trust. Things do not always seem the way they really are, and sometimes it is challenging to believe that everything happens for your favor when it seems to be contrary at the moment. After you create a variety of forms of your vision and you hold the image of what you want in mind, you have to trust that it will happen. You don't have to know how or when, but you have to trust that your vision will come true. You have to trust yourself that you deserve to live your desired life. You have to trust that you're worth it. You have to trust that you can manifest it. And you have to understand that you are a spiritual entity who lives in a physical form, and as such, you have the power, the privilege and the ability to work with spirit on the most important and biggest creation, your life. You also have to trust God that whatever it is for your favor. As human beings, we have the tendency to control the situation, the timing, and the way things happen. In this process of creating success, you have to do the best you can and then to let God, which means to let it go and to let God to do His part in the process of manifestation. This is the part of trusting God that comes into expression. The last thing you have to trust in creating success is the process. You have to trust the process. You can do your best, and sometimes it seems like it is not enough. You do not see any improvement or a sign of change. This is because things are not going the way we expect them to go. It is okay. The process has its own pace and ways to make things happen. The process is the bridge between your intention and your destination. The process has a role. It supports your growth through the lessons you have to learn, for example, patience, trust, commitment, determination, etc. To trust the process means that you give respect to divinity, and you give time to the conditions to be right. Trust puts you in harmony with the universe. It emphasizes the oneness between all things. Trust is a crucial component in creating success because it shows you that you are not alone but a part of the wholeness, and gives you a better understanding of how to cooperate with spirit. Conclusions. After you are clear with your vision, you have to trust yourself, God, and the process in order to manifest your desired life. Trust is an act of surrendering control, respecting the divinity, and taking responsibility for your life. Faith is a fundamental ingredient in creating success. Without faith, most chances are that you will give up after the first challenge or failure you encounter. When you look at the vision as the destination, faith is the map that tells you that there are many ways to arrive to your destination, and even though you are not sure what way is the best way for you to take, you know that eventually, any way will lead you to reach your destination. This is the power of faith that drives you to go to the unknown and explore new areas with confidence that eventually you will reach your destination. Faith is the knowing that you are not alone, that spirit is always with you and working for you. It is one of the most powerful tools to reach your goal. Faith gives you the power to overcome any challenge or obstacle that comes your way. Faith brings energy of optimism and helps you to stay dedicated to your success. It also helps you to maintain high frequency that supports you to attract into your life more likable people, circumstances, things, and situations. In spite of the knowledge that faith has a huge weight in our success, as human beings we sometimes feel doubts, fears, and frustrations that decrease our level of faith, and ultimately result in damaging our process of manifestation. In these cases we have to practice faith, to forgive ourselves for these instances we experience lack of faith, and to identify what comes between our faith and us. For instance, I know that when I am focused on my goal, releasing control, and letting spirit co-work with me, things go in a better way. However, when fear comes in, it is challenging for me to release control, and sometimes my distractive thoughts take control and interfere with my being receptive and allowing spirit to do her part. As we know, like attracts like, and fear creates reasons to feel more fear. When I wanted to publish my book The Guide for Self-Love, and I didn't accept the conditions of the publishing house, I was so strong in my faith that this book had to be published. I wasn't willing to surrender my values, and I didn't think of how things will happen. I just knew that I had faith that it will happen in the right time and the right way. I consciously chose to see it from this perspective instead of feeling concerns of what will be, or as a victim of circumstances. I had faith that the book would be published with no need for me to compromise, and eventually things happened in a way that I could and even imagine. To me, losing faith was considered as losing the destination, because even though you know what your destination is, when you lose your faith, you do not really believe that you will find the way to get there. Conclusions. Faith is your treasure. Do not let yourself have the privilege to lose it. Losing your faith is almost equal to giving up your desired reality. Remember, in challenging moments your power lies in your faith. Certainty. I love certainty. Every time I feel certainty, I win, because I know, no matter what, I am going to succeed. I can feel doubt about the O and the hen, but fully confident that I am going to, and giving up is not an option. Looking back at the process of creating success, you started with a vision, the destination you want to go for. Then, you had to trust yourself that you are able to reach your destination. You trust yourself and spirit to cooperate with you during this process. As you became clear with what destination you want to reach, you had faith, which symbolizes the map that shows you that there are some ways to follow on this journey to your destination. Now, to encourage yourself to look for the right way, you need certainty. Certainty is the knowing that there is no other option for you but to reach the destination you set up for yourself. It is the power behind any effort you make, and the advance payment you accept for this effort. Certainty gives you a strong purpose to follow your heart and the power to deal with whatever it is. It also comes as a completion to trust and faith to show you that everything is possible. Conclusions. Certainty is the power within you that is willing to do any effort to reach your goal. It encourages perseverance, commitment, and determination. Certainty also empowers you and emphasizes the qualities of trust and faith within you. It supports you along the process of creating success. Passion. Passion is the fuel that accelerates the process of transforming vision into a physical form. Passion is a strong feeling that transforms idea into action. I believe passion relates to our unique divine mission in this world. Passion is evoked within us when the soul identifies the mission you came with into this world. It is the fire within that fills you with creative ideas, energy to do things, and faith that everything is possible for you. It is a state of mind that doesn't see any barrier or limitation on the way. It opens your mind to unlimited possibilities and willingness to do whatever it requires to manifest your vision. In order to create success in your life, you have to be passionate with what you are doing and passionate with the purpose of what you are doing. Passion results from the meaning of your vision and at the same time gives back more meaning. It is like a cycle that feeds itself. Passion also gives meaning to your deeds. When you are engaged with your passion, you share your gifts from God with the world. With no passion, it is very hard to create success because passion is your heart. And when you do things from your heart, you become connected with the heart of all things. It is the driving force behind every effort that motivates you to move out of your comfort zone and be active. The law of attraction states that it is not enough to say mantras or to repeat something many times in order to attract it to your life, because your emotions have a huge influence on what you attract. Passion is a strong emotion, and it works like a magnet to accelerate the process of attraction, creation, and manifestation. Conclusions. Passion is the fuel that accelerates the process of transforming vision into manifestation. If you want to be successful, be passionate with what you are thinking, doing, and working for. Passion is the driving force behind every effort that motivates you to move out of your comfort zone and be active. Be willing and enthusiastic to share your gifts from God with the world. Expectancy. I see expectancy as a close cousin with certainty. Expectancy comes with the knowing that your vision is already a manifestation process and empowers this knowing. It means that you did your best to apply all the ingredients of creating success in your life, and now you release control, knowing things will happen in the right divine time and in the best divine way. You have vision. You trust yourself, spirit, and the process. You have faith. You feel certainty, and now you are ready and dressed for success. You have passion, and all you need now is to patiently wait for your vision to unfold in a physical form. In the second book in the series, Miracles Happen Even to You, I talked a lot about the wisdom of the universe and the unexpected ways spirit works in our life. Expectancy comes into fulfillment as you see your desired reality as tangible, and you recognize the divine power and the qualities of God within you that led you to create success in your life. Conclusions. Expectancy is the passive doing to complete the process of creating success in your life. After you apply all the other components, it is the time for you to release control and to focus your energy on patiently waiting, knowing that your desired reality is on the way to you. A few more words for conclusion. Of course there are more things you must do in creating success, but these 6 ingredients are imperative to your process, and with them success is inevitable. For example, if you want to write a book, you have to make time to start writing your book, because the book cannot be written just from a vision, faith, trust, etc. Yet, if you do not include these ingredients in your work, chances are that you will not succeed. Maybe you will write the book and maybe you will stop before completion. However, whether you complete it or not, this book will probably not be your best creation, or you will not sell as many books as you expected, because the most powerful ingredients are not there. On the contrary, if you really embrace these 6 tools and apply them consistently, you will take action as well in order to manifest your story knowledge into a book. Because when you have a vision, trust, faith, passion, certainty and expectancy, nothing can stop you. And more than that, when you combine these ingredients in your process, you will feel vital, full of ideas, and anxious to start writing. Of course, this state of being will draw out the best of you and will be expressed in your creation. I am aware of the fact that sometimes to be in the right place at the right time makes the difference, but we cannot count on it. I truly believe that in order to attract great opportunities and to be in alignment with your goals and your vision, so you are able to share your gifts with the world, these 6 components must be a part of your strategy. I also included in my explanation of each tool some traits and behaviors that will support you in creating success, and I'll equip you with the main qualities you have to develop to be a winner, which means the creator of your life. Determination, perseverance, commitment to self-balance, enthusiasm, patience, integrity, the willingness to let go and let God, courage to dream big, courage to follow your heart, readiness for not to be accepted, or in other words to not have support from others who fear to dream big, love for yourself and others. Epilogue. Now that you have my secret formula in creating success, I hope you apply it in your life. Remember, success is a process, not the destination. This process is composed from learning, and most of the learning is about yourself, accepting, exploring, and connecting with the higher power within yourself. It is not always easy to stay focused on or committed to something that looks contradictory to the current reality. It is even harder during the challenging moments when time goes by and you have yet to see results. However, these are the fascinating moments that your faith and trust are being tested, and it is an opportunity for you to choose whether you dig up the seeds you worked hard to plant, or you keep training the muscles of faith, trust, and patience to get stronger, out of your will to create new experience in your life. If you enjoyed this book, and you would like to share your impressions, thoughts, feelings or story about success, I would be very grateful. It is very important to us to hear your voice. Please enter the link below and write your review. My secret formula of creating success. Good luck. Yael. www.yael-philosof.com. More books in this series. The Guide for Self-Love. Description. Loving yourself is the best way to attract amazing people into your life and to create more desirable experiences, good relationships, and fulfillment in your life. A great deal of our life happens in our subconscious mind. It means that many things we do, think, and believe have a great influence on the way life unfolds for us. We want to improve our life, but we don't really know how. We have created what we have now. The Guide for Self-Love is rich with examples and little stories of how it works. As a spiritual life coach, I work with many people on all those little things that create life experiences, feelings, challenging relationships, a sense of failure and lack of fulfillment, fears, a sense of being overwhelmed, etc. It is amazing to see over and over again that the key to handling all of these issues lies in the relationship we have with ourselves. It seems like other people, circumstances, and situations are managing our life. But the truth is that all these things come to our life as mirrors to give us the opportunity to learn about the relationship each of us has with himself. Maybe your story is a little different than the stories I shared in my book, but I am sure that most of the components are the same: low self-esteem, fear, lack of confidence, compromising on what is valuable for you, a sense of unworthiness, wrong beliefs about yourself, etc. Self-love is a teachable process. It is an awareness you have to embrace and to practice moment by moment. It is a process of learning of who you really are and why you have to take full responsibility to acknowledge who you are, to respect yourself, and to appear accordingly. An excerpt from The Guide for Self-Love. I had a conversation this week with a guy who swore to me that he loves himself, appreciates himself and knows how worthy he is. He has looked for a partner for a long time. Lately he was dating someone who abandoned him with no explanations, and no notice. She simply disappeared one day. This guy was pretty broken, as he didn't understand what happened, the way things happened, and the plans that broke into pieces surprisingly with no explanation. When we talked, a few weeks after his girlfriend left him, he shared with me that his girlfriend had made contact with him and was looking for the way back into his arms. I asked the guy, "So, what do you have to say about that?" And his response was, "We'll see, I'll hear what she has to say." I was asking myself, how is it possible that his answer can be in congruence with self-love? How someone who was abandoned with no explanations, conversations, or even a notice that it was coming, is in congruence with self-love? How is someone who tried to understand the motives of his girlfriend to act like this, and the only answer he got was, "That's what I decided," is in congruence with self-love? How is he willing after weeks to have this kind of conversation that opens the door for history to recreate itself, is in congruence with self-love? And maybe the most important question is how this kind of person perceives himself as one who really loves himself. By now, miracles happen even to you. Description: miracles. We all want to experience miracles in our life. Creating miracles in your life is a matter of intention, openness, trust, and cooperation with spirit. And miracles happen even to you. I am sharing my experience with you of coincidence, which I see as God's way of showing us our power and to say that we are not alone. This book is a collection of short stories of my experiences, but my story can be yours in many ways. The bottom line is to be a reminder of an inspiration to acknowledge your power and be in alignment with your divine essence to create miracles in your life. Miracles happen even to you is part of a series that comes under the same roof of personal and spiritual development, but the books to be read in any particular order, or generally necessary to read all of this series. An excerpt from Miracles Happen Even to You. Summary tip: when something is yours, it is yours, no matter what. Release attachment and control, because what really matters exists inside of you. Trust that whatever is yours will be yours as long as you need it, and if it is gone, it means that someone else needs it now, more than you. Be willing to release, and the vacuum will fill itself with new wonderful things that are more valuable for you at this time. By now. Coming soon. You can do it. You can. Just say yes. Do you want to help me choose the cover of my next book? If so, please click on the link. Fill in your name, and in a few days I will send you the book covers to vote on. Thank you. http www.english.yael-philosof.com/my-new-book-cover.html